Hello, and this is Theme Part Squib, and welcome to another Fright show. It is the last Fright show, but next week will be the last show of the year, as we will go back to the show next week, because I can't continue the Fright show because Halloween is tomorrow. So, and sorry about the delay, I was very, very busy over the last week, as I was at Legoland Brick or Treat on Sunday, not the Sunday which we've just had, the Sunday before that. Legoland Brick or Treat on Sunday, Chessington Halloween on Monday, and then I had to upload them on Tuesday and Wednesday, and went up to Derby on Thursday so I could do Alton Towers on the Friday, and I was at White Castle on Saturday, so it has been quite busy. The Alton Towers and White Castle videos are not online yet. They will be after the show, because I thought, let's do the show and have one of those videos come on Halloween itself, as I think that will be suitable. So, yeah, let's get into news. This week in news, we have a lot of news about Merlin, which some of it wasn't part of this Merlin plan that they've announced, and some of it wasn't. Let's get to the stuff which wasn't. It's been announced that Mystic East will have a brand new name for next year, with Dragon Falls being rethemed to Tiger Rock. It will become the Land of the Tiger. I do not like that name at all. I think they should have kept it Mystic East and just give it some more theming and like put the heads back up at the top. But now we're going to have that massive tiger mouth at the bottom, and I hope it's really well themed for 2018. Also, which has been announced from Legoland Winter Resort, is that the Space Tower will be closing at the end of the season. It's the end of the season now, so it's probably closed already. I do like that ride. It's quite unique, but it will be closing. So, could there be a new ride for 2018? I reckon another little drop tower will be coming there for 2018, I reckon. Or maybe just a blank space, maybe extension to the building, put a brand new attraction inside that Imagination Centre building. So, yeah, also was announced that Thorpe Park announced that a brand new World's First will be coming in spring 2018. What is that going to be? It's not going to be a roller coaster. People are saying it can either be a B&M Hyper or an RMC Hybrid. They're not going to be able to build one of them in about 6 months, less than 6 months. Like SW8, that's took over a year to build. And if they're going to build it on Loggers Leap site that people are suggesting, they're not going to knock Loggers Leap down in that amount of time and build a B&M Hyper or an RMC Hybrid. It isn't. It's going to be a new flat ride on the Slammer site, I reckon. Because Slammer did close at the end, halfway through this year, and it never opened for this year's season. Also, they had their plan, which means that they're going to spend less money in theme park attractions, which is quite sad, but more money in accommodation. So that's quite a lot. But but money on health and safety will not be shortened, and these money shortages won't be affecting the Legoland parks. And as well, they've planned for every Legoland park after 2019 to get a Lego Movie themed area. A bit late, even though Lego Movie came out in 2014. But there is a sequel out on its way, and I did enjoy that film. And it's going to be exciting to see. It's probably going to be like Lego Ninjago World, where we're going to see loads of them across the globe. Also, they've got the licensing to Peppa Pig. But they're not allowed to do it in the UK, because Peppa Pig World at Portland's Park and Merlin don't own that. They've won the licenses to Peppa Pig, but they can only build Peppa Pig attractions outside the United Kingdom, which is pretty sad. Which is really sad. They keep doing it, like stuff they can't build because it's already here. So very sad that we're not going to see Peppa Pig at Chessington. It wouldn't be at Legoland anyway, because they wouldn't have Peppa Pig, and not at Thorpe Park or Alton Towers. That's very, very sad. Let's get into merchandise, where I've got a special piece of merchandise. This week in merchandise, we have a very special piece of merchandise from Alton Towers Resort. Some Secret Weapon 8 roller coaster wood. £25 in the gift shop, but I got my discount and got it for 20. A lot taller than my Heidi wood. It is quite big in height and not that big in width like the Heidi piece, which is bigger in width, but the Heidi one has that slant on it, which makes it more unique. It's got the Secret Weapon 8 logo, the Secret Weapon logo, which every Secret Weapon got in the Secret Weapon programme, with Secret Weapon SW8 in 2018 of the year of opening of the ride. Every SW got a logo like that. SW1 and 2 even got one, which were abandoned projects, but then they all had their own style. Like this one was all like burnt ashes, and this looks like something to do with the theme of the ride, this burnt out thing here. It looks like something's burnt it, like they are saying in the maze, feed the flames. And also these symbols which do spell be chosen down there. It spells be chosen, which is the tagline for the scare maze, the welcoming be chosen. And it's also appeared around the site. Let's get into Guess the Maze. This week in Guess the Maze, I will reveal last week's Guess the Maze. Guess the Maze will not be Guess the Maze. Next week will just be the results, because I'm not going to do a massive Guess the Ride or Maze over the whole period when I'm not doing a show. So, yeah, the results for this week's Guess the Maze was Vampire Haunting in the Hollows, a really old maze at Chesington when it was Halloween Hocus Pocus, but when it got rebranded in 2015 to Halloween as it is now, Cursed Lost Tomb was brought in. But I think Creepy Caves Unearthed is like that attraction was. That attraction was really good. Cursed Lost Tomb was not as good as that, but Creepy Caves is the same level, and hopefully they will bring it back, because I really did enjoy that attraction when it was there about 3 years ago. This week's Guess the Maze it's at Thorpe Park Fright Nights, and it's the longest running maze at the event. So if you know what that maze is, put it down in the comments down below and you'll get a shout out in next week's shout out section of the show. Let's get into poll time. This week in poll time, I will reveal the results of last week's poll. The poll was, what's your favourite Chesington scare maze? I did not experience Chesington Halloween, that's why Creepy Caves Unearthed wasn't in there. It was either Cursed Lost Tomb or Trick or Treat Wood. The winner of the poll was Cursed Lost Tomb, because Trick or Treat Wood is one of the most terrible scare mazes I've ever been in, even though it's based for the families. So, and that's better than Sanctum at Thorpe Park. That's what I think. It's the same level. That's what makes me laugh, that Thorpe Park are doing this one which is rated really, really gory, based on a TV show, and then one at Chesington which is based for children under any age, really good. So this week's poll is, what is your favourite scare event this year? A for Alton Towers Scarefest, or B for Thorpe Park's Fright Nights? Put your answer or your vote down in the comments down below. You can either put the title all in caps lock, or you can put A or B in caps lock. So remember that Alton Towers is A and Thorpe Park is B. Let's get into Future of the Parks. Future of the Parks. It's not a Future of the Parks this week. I'm just going to rank the Halloween events that I've been to. My first Halloween event was Thorpe Park Fright Nights. I think this was a really good event this year. Only one letdown maze, and that was the Walking Dead Sanctum. When I done Platform 15, then to the Walking Dead Living Nightmare, then to Saw Alive, they just kept going, getting better. But then, when I went to the Sanctum, it was terrible. Then I done the Big Top, and that was my favourite maze. I think it's my favourite maze I've done ever. I don't know. The ones running in with that are Creepy Caves Unearthed and the Doll's House at White Castle. I don't know what is my favourite scare maze out of the Big Top, the Doll's House and Creepy Caves Unearthed, because they were really good scare mazes. My second event was Legoland Brick or Treat. Don't bother going there this year. I was just constantly queuing, and they've took away the atmosphere of the Haunted Hollow. It's gone. It's a story time. I'm not sitting around, and the new things they've got is in that stupid event space in Imagination Centre, which used to be an Xbox 360 game zone. They used it for the Batcave. I like the Batcave, but why is it called Lord Vampire's Cave? It's you just reusing the same space, basically, isn't it? And it was not this good, and I didn't stay for fireworks because it was so busy, and I was just constantly queuing, which out the entrance for Ninjago, they didn't build a big enough queue. Why was it right down to the Hill train station? It's stupid. They didn't think about building the right enough queue. My next event after that was Chesington's Halloween. I really enjoyed this year. The Halloween decorations were everywhere. Skeletons on buildings, banners everywhere, eyes on all the fences, and those actors in the main courtyard this year were really good, and some even at entrances of rides, which made it really special this year. And after 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, it's closes at 8 this year, worth staying. I got on about 5 rides: walk on rattlesnake, walk on monkey swinger, walk on cobra, and walk on Tuck Tuck turmoil, which is really, and walk on Toadie's crazy cars. That is really good for night rides. Walk on night rides is really good, and it was such a good event. And Curse of the Lost Tomb, better this year. Trick or Treat Wood, better this year. And Creepy Caves Unearthed was fantastic. My favourite Chessington maze with Vampire. They are still together. I don't know which one's my favourite. Next event I done was Alton Towers Scarefest. This was not what I was expecting. The Freak Show was amazing. It was my favourite thing of the whole event. And House of Monsters hasn't changed that much, and it's been decreased in scare factor, which is very sad. But really good. The Alton Ancestors are back. They're really good on Towers Street. And just a really good event. But it is too busy for my eyes. 13 paid fast track, and we ended up queuing about 20 minutes. So I don't like paying for fast track and then having to queue. And when we were in the queue for Smiler, announcement said anyone in the ride access pass queue, it's better if you leave and try something else, because your ride access pass queue from the back is 45 minutes. I've never seen that in my life. My next event was White Castles, the Haunted Castle. I really enjoyed this event. I've done the Castle Dungeons for the first time. I really enjoyed that. I prefer the London Dungeon though, but their Halloween stuff. I didn't do Outbreak because it was too late and it was on the way back. I've got a long journey from Alton Towers. And I didn't do Science, whatever it's called, some board thing that I don't know what it is, some headphone thing from Edinburgh's Fringe Fest. I didn't do that because that's a paid extra, but I did do the Doll's House. What a fantastic scare maze. So scary. Going there at the staircases at Doll's House, that's when the suspense bins, and that bit at the end where the door closes and there's 2 of them in there. I heard a bunch of people screaming. I look behind, there's this actor, and I look in front of me, there's one right in front of me which got me, and there's a Jack in a box in there, a jester with a big nose. And it was also in those rooms in the castle, the Great Party. I think that's what it's called. And yeah, there's waxworks in there. They've left it all light, but just loads of projections, which make it look a very nice maze. And the other stuff, like the Haunted Hollow walkthrough, that's what Legoland should have. That was really good. Really celebrating Halloween in there. Pumpkins, spider webs, and the dungeons really made Halloween. Let's get into shout-outs. Shout-outs. First shout-outs go to Guesstimate. No one got it, sadly, because it was quite hard and it is a very old maze now. So, comment. Jack O'Lantern Edwards, thank you for commenting. Walden Giles, thank you for commenting. Jack George, thank you for commenting. Casper Studios 123, thank you for commenting. Mork Tuna is Life, thank you for commenting. Sergeant Pizza, thank you for commenting. I have a new sub this week from Vault Gaming, thank you for commenting. Now let's go into questions. Carl Livermore asks, what is your favourite water-based ride? It was Dragon Falls in the UK, but my favourite all-round water-based ride is Jurassic Park River Adventure in Islands of Adventure. I do love that ride. Elite Gaming TV asks, if you could decide on a new ride at Adventure Island, what would it be? This is very hard because I do go to that park quite a lot. I think a new water ride. They are lacking water rides. Tidal Wave, I don't like that. It's not a good water ride. Take that out and put maybe a log flume in there. Take the Archelon out as well and put a log flume on that site would be fantastic. Next question comes from Casper Studios 123, who asks, if you had 5 days to live, what would you do? I would go straight to California and do stuff out there. That's what I would do. Vault Gaming asks, what do you rate Stealth at Thorpe Park? I like it, but I prefer Rita's theme, but I prefer it to Rita because Rita's just got rough now. So, yeah, that's it for this week's episode of the show. Like, comment out on our video, subscribe, Guesstimate, enter the poll, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!